Growing up, I always wondered what it felt like to live with the dinosaurs. At least until I watched Jurassic Park, because after I saw that movie, for those of you guys that have watched Jurassic Park, and for those of you guys who haven't, the process used throughout the movie is called de-extinction. De-extinction is a process of resurrecting an extinct animal through any genetic means. Now, like I said in the beginning, growing up, I've always been interested in animals from the past and where they come from, how they ended. And after doing some research on trying to pick a topic, I dwelled upon de-extinction. Instead of choosing sides between whether to agree with it or disagree with it, I'm here to inform you guys on what it is. I'm going to begin by talking about the history of de-extinction. I'm going to discuss the process of it, and I'm going to end with describing some ethical viewpoints. I will first start talking about its history. A fun fact about de-extinction is that scientists always considered it a possibility. Well, not really. They considered cloning a possibility, but they thought de-extinction was just a fantasy. It wasn't until Jurassic Park, the novel, was released that scientists were like, maybe we can do this. For many years, they've been searching for ways to clone / de-extinct animals. According to Bringing Them Back to Life by Carl Zimmer, on July 30th, 2003, scientists achieved the ability to bring back an animal from the past. But the problem with this situation was that they brought it back to life only to see it become extinct again, seconds later. To the right, you can see some animals that scientists have been trying to clone / bring back to life, from a tiger that lived around 200 years ago to mammoths, which we all have known. And to the left, or to the right, sorry, you're gonna see the animal that scientists brought back to life only to watch die. This is a goat that lived almost 200 years ago. It's called the bucador. It's a Phoenix ibex. Now that I have discussed the history of de-extinction, I'm going to talk about its process. There are 5 stages to de-extinction. The first being in silicio, where they're gonna find genome sequencing on a computer to see what genomes work with which other DNA. The second is in vitro, where they're gonna be editing in a dish to see the actual reaction towards the genomes. The third, in vivo, where they're gonna find a specimen, like any animal that lives today, and input the genome editing to their bloodstream. The fourth, ex situ, where they're gonna be studying the animal closely in an enclosed habitat. And the final one, in situ, where they're gonna release it to the wild and to the public. So, according to Restore and Revive, the following diagram shows you what scientists have in mind for de-extinction. To them, it's a way to restore diversity in the animal kingdom. So, to them, bringing back mammoths is going to help with the elephants that are endangered today. To them, bringing back like the goat that I showed you guys is going to help the population of goats to rise. And that's what they're in hopes of. So now that I've explained the process of de-extinction, I will finally discuss some ethical viewpoints. Now, you may be wondering, how can de-extinction be positive or negative? Some of you guys might have already created your own positive or negative viewpoint onto it. But according to Making De-Extinction Mundane by Carrie E., there are some ethical concerns about the welfare and cell donors and surrogates used to reproduce the de-extinct animals. Many of the concerns regard the first example being the goat, where they brought it back to life only to watch it become extinct again. That's what many scientists and people fear, is that they don't want to bring an animal to life just to watch it suffer for its first couple seconds into the world. In the end, when looking at many different ethical viewpoints, I noticed most of them considered from being morally right from wrong. This was due because it's going to help implement ecological restoration and function, yet it's considered wrong for those who mainly see it as an unpredictable risk that comes with the animals. Now this brings me to the end of my speech. I began by talking about the history of the extinction. I continued by talking about its process, and I've ended with talking about some ethical viewpoints on it. So now I leave you all to decide within yourself whether you're towards or against the extinction. And I've hoped to leave you guys all well informed. So now I leave you all with a quote from the man that started it all. Welcome to Jurassic Park.